Hello, my friends and fellow Americans. This is the Real Deal Pastor coming to you with a commentary, really not a sermon today. Last night I saw something I would have not believed if it was not for my own eyes and ears. I saw our newest president, Mr. Donald J. Trump, do an amazing thing. It has impacted me in such a way that I felt as though I must make a video. Not only make a video, I have a letter that I have written to the President of the United States. I have never written a letter to the President of the United States. I've never written a letter to a movie star or sports star or any other such thing. But I was moved to such great emotion that I felt that I must indeed share with him my thoughts. I'm going to share with you those same thoughts. What an amazing piece of class action. Wonderful statesmanship we saw from our president, honoring a fallen hero. Yes, indeed, we have many of those throughout our land, and although we may not be able to recognize all of them, I'm certainly glad that we honored at least one. We took the time to do that. So let me read this letter. It's a very heartfelt letter to the President. It's not funny. It is serious. Although you may see it as silly, it is not silly at all. It's truly from my heart. Here we go. Dear Mr. President, I'm writing to you today, realizing it may be almost impossible for you to receive this letter. First and foremost, as you are so overwhelmed with daily activities and people always needing your attention. The hope is that somehow this letter may make it through your series of staffers so that you may know the heart of this American. I have watched, as many other Americans, the progress of your coming forth to become our 45th president in these United States. What you will find if you were to come to know me on a personal level is that I'm a very real person. I try to tell things as nicely as possible, but yet straightforward. When the whole political process began to elect a new president many months ago, this American was rooting and did indeed vote first for Dr. Ben Carson. In the past, I have had opportunity to hear Dr. Carson speak and actually knew several children he personally operated on. My parents were pastors to a lady named Norma Claypool, who was part of his famous video called Gifted Hands. Dr. Carson is an incredible man and also a great Christian. In this beginning process, I did not have ill feelings towards you, but I thought Dr. Carson to be a better choice, for he indeed is a great Christian person who brings forth many of the same ideals as myself. But as I looked at you, I saw this very well-known businessman, and I thought to myself, well, this doesn't just seem quite normal. This fellow isn't a politician, he's not a lawyer, he's not a judge. This wasn't a bad thing, but it just seemed unusual for someone who had simply been such a great business person. When you examine the events of your life, Mr. President, you already had a great deal of income, a great family, and also great fame. Mr. Trump, you certainly just didn't need this job, but you sought to do it anyway. And this left me wondering why. Why indeed? This wasn't a bad question at all. Instead, one that intrigued me and actually still does. The only thing that I could conclude is that you are really very much a lover of this country and wish to make it great, just as you have said. I am writing to say that for this American, you have delivered. You have been helping folks in my birth state of West Virginia to reestablish mining, to which West Virginians are very happy with, and so am I. Also, you have been a great friend of Israel, which is of great interest to me, seeing part of my family tree is Jewish. I'm hoping that the person who sees this does not let this slip by, for it is important. My last name is Hoffman, my Jewish side. I have no relatives with this name because my father's dad came from Germany alone. My father had me, and I have 3 sons, but none of the rest of my grandfather's family came over. And so in the course of events of history, Mr. Adolf Hitler took the rest of them out, and so they were no more. If you go back in our nation's history, you will also know there was a time in the great US of A where we were not allowing Jewish refugees from war-torn areas, of which my father's family was from. I do not hold that against anyone here. Decisions were made at that time which were deemed best at the time. And as things went, my father's family lost their lives. Life continues on, and so has mine. I'm grateful to be here in this country and to be allowed to live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. I 100% support your careful watching of our country's borders, for as events have unfolded, there are many whom we really can't trust anymore. Dear sir, please continue to be vigilant and to help us continue to be free. And also, please continue to support Israel. I have seen in your life a turning towards things of God, which is so fantastic. And sir, I wish to tell you, if you don't already know, this is actually a biblical mandate, and one which for you personally and for we as a nation is important, because we will be blessed because of your positive actions and attitudes towards the country and nation of Israel. These words are found in the first book of the Bible, Genesis chapter 12 and verse 3. I will bless them that bless thee, and I will curse them that curse thee. Speaking of the descendants of Abraham and Isaac, you will never go wrong supporting Israel. I am writing today because of a recent event in our nation's history. Last night, you gave an address to Congress, which was a very good one, but one thing stood head and shoulders above the rest. You, sir, took time to honor a fallen hero's widow, and did so with great class and decorum. This is why I write today. I'm not sure if I've ever seen such a moving thing from a president before. We the people are so proud for you to have done this. To try to write my feelings would simply take too much of your time and a very numerous amount of sheets of paper. To sum up my feelings is to offer this. Please understand, I'm not trying to be trite or funny, and have never made such an offer before, but today I feel compelled because of your great actions. Mr. President, you have all kinds of fantastic and qualified people all around you. But sir, I would dearly love to simply be your jacket holder or water boy or floor sweeper. That sounds utterly like a simpleton speaking, but it is not a person who needs a job, but one who wishes he could be part of something that you are doing, something that is making America great. I'm not joking about this. I am very sincere. I've done many things in my life and have many capabilities. But I've thought how great it would be if somehow I were participating in this great reawakening of America. Thank you so much, sir, for what you're doing for us. My support continues. My offer is valid. You may call me anytime. I will greatly oblige. God bless you, sir, a grateful American. Thank you, friends. May a groundswell come, and may many others respond to our Commander-in-Chief in such a way. God bless you, and God bless this great land of America.